Good evening, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for September 18, 2014, Thursday night, around 8:35 p.m. in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's dark out, and we're going to have a frosty night here in the Merrimack Valley area. Not too much news to report tonight. It's kind of been a slow news cycle for right now, but it's going to pick up when the Bruins season starts and the Celtics season starts and stuff. The Red Sox season is winding down. Only 10 more days left until this nightmare season ends, and I'll probably do a video blog about how their season was the Pits September 29th. And that's all on that. And my third and final video blog of the night is my personality profile. It's about one of the most famous actors, comedians of all time, the late great Paul Lynde. Paul Lynde had one of the most amazing careers of ever. He was one of the America's most popular comedians, and he was known for being the center square in the Hollywood squares for 14 years, the original one. And Paul Lynde was born and grew up in Mount Vernon, Ohio. He went to Northwestern University, majoring in drama, and some of his classmates in his drama classes, including such performers as Cloris Leachman, Charlotte Ray, Patricia Neal, Jeffrey Hunter, and Claude Akins. Paul graduated from Northwestern University in 1948, and he moved to New York City. He started his entertainment career as a stand-up comedian. And around the early 1950s, in 1952, he starred in some Broadway plays and stuff. And in 1956, he starred in a short-lived sitcom on NBC called Stanley, which co-starred Buddy Hackett and Carol Burnett. And later on, he guest starred on the Martha Raye Show in 1957. He continued to act in Broadway plays and stuff, and he still did some stand-up acts out in around New York City. In 1960, he released an album about his comedy sketches, and in the 60s, he was getting to be very big. He guest starred on many television shows, such as The Munsters, The Flying Nun, Gidget, The Phil Silver Show, and so many other variety shows. Also in the mid-60s, Paul had several failed sitcom pilots. 4 of them in the 1960s were filmed, but they weren't picked up as series. And he also had a recurring role in the classic TV sitcom Bewitched as Uncle Arthur. He appeared on Bewitched 10 times during the Bewitched's run. In around the late 60s, he started to appear on Hollywood squares on a regular basis, and by 1968, he was the center square for the Hollywood squares. And for the next 12 years, Paul Lynde became so popular with the Hollywood squares. He said some of the most outrageous things you could imagine, very funny, and he and Peter Marshall had a lot of funny stuff interacting about that. One of the most famous stuff that Paul Lynde said to Peter Marshall, "Beaver face," and Peter Marshall did this like a Ruvo. So funny. Paul Lynde just cracked everybody up. And also, he continued to be on comedy specials and other variety shows around his thing with the Hollywood squares. He starred in 2 short-lived sitcoms, The Paul Lynde Show and Temperatures Rising on ABC, but none of them were big hits. They were canceled within a year or so. It's too bad, because with so much of the popularity of Paul Lynde in the 60s and the 70s, he was ripe for the pickings for a hit sitcom, but the ratings didn't come, and That's kind of a shame. Also, he was a voiceover for several cartoons around this time as well. Especially Hanna-Barbera cartoons. His most famous voiceover for a cartoon was the hooded claw in the Perils of Melody Pit Stop. That's his most famous cartoon role for the voiceover. And also in the late 70s, Paul Lynde battled some alcohol problems and he had some run-ins with the law, but he cleaned up his act and he was clean and sober for the rest of his life. And Paul Lynde actually left being the center square of the Hollywood Squares towards the end of the NBC run, and because he had some creative differences with the staff of Hollywood Squares and stuff like that, he left for a while. But when the Hollywood Squares went to syndication in Las Vegas, he returned as a center square, and he got star billing with Peter Marshall as well, and that was a good way to end his running with Hollywood Squares. Sadly, Paul Lynde passed away very young in 1982 at the age of 55, and it's kind of really a shame because, he had several more good years left in him. He probably would have been, if he lived, he probably could have had that hit sitcom that everybody would want for him, because he was such a great comedian and actor, and who knows what would have happened if he lived. He probably would have had a good hit sitcom, that his breakthrough sitcom. But those things are meant to happen, and you have to deal with it. And reruns of the Hollywood Squares was shown on the Game Show Network, the Peter Marshall ones, but only a select few. It was repeated over and over again for about a year or two. But I watched those. Some of the stuff what Paul Lynde said for Zingers was so funny, and it's a real shame that those classic Hollywood Squares aren't on television anymore. They should put them on Cozy TV or Antenna TV or Me TV, because they'd probably be ratings winners. And that's about it on my personality profile of the night. I hope you enjoy these video blogs. I love doing these for you Facebook friends and YouTube followers. I'll continue to do these for days, months, weeks, years, decades, centuries, millenniums ahead. I'm going to do 3 to 6 more video blogs tomorrow. And one of the big video blogs tomorrow will be the 10 greatest WWE IC champions of all time. Saturday's going to be the top 10 greatest NWA WCW World Tag Team Champions of all time. And Sunday's going to be the greatest WWE Tag Team Champions of all time. And then there'll be more video blogs for top 10s of this and that and something like that. And the other names that probably will get future personality profiles on here will be probably Julie Broughton of Local News 6, Heidi Lee Pratt, Dee Patel, the rock group Kana, and so many others. I'll see you later, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.